guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Devin and I am a school counseling intern slash grad student here in West Michigan. Before I get going, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel, and then even turn on your little notification bell so you know when I'm going to be posting. But today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about my school counseling journey, how I got here, what it looked like for me to get to grad school, and then I'm also going to talk to you a little bit about what a school counselor does at the end of the video. It's not a very good explanation of what school counseling is, but I'm going to do a full video on that later. Thanks for watching, and let's jump right into it. Ever since I was little, I wanted to be a teacher. I loved my kindergarten and first grade teachers, and actually teacher, it was one person. But so I really thought my whole life that I was going to grow up and be a teacher one day. I even, when I was looking at colleges, met with my elementary school principal to try and figure out what school would be the best fit for me and what school looked best on a application to be a teacher. And I ended up changing my mind for various reasons, but the main one was that one of my good friends got into a car accident. She's totally fine now, but she had to relearn how to do a lot of things because it was a very severe accident. So she was in a medically induced coma for a little while, and it was insane. But anyway, she told me a story one time about how her occupational therapist was teaching her how to shop online, which that seems like such a simple thing that all of us know how to do and take for granted, but he was giving her assignments about, I need you to find this pair of shoes in this size and add it to your cart. And she had to go and relearn how to do all of those things, and I was fascinated. So I started looking for schools that would have a good program for me to go to grad school for occupational therapy. Sorry, Pablo, come at me. And I lost my train of thought. And so I settled on Grand Valley, and I majored in exercise science. Well, come first semester of college, I did not do very well in the science classes that I needed to take. Actually, ended up dropping out of anatomy. It was a hot mess. So my mom asked me, do you think that this is the right fit for you? And I had to do a lot of reflecting, and then I looked at the other majors that Grand Valley had, and I found social work. And so for the next 3 years, I studied social work. I had a year-long internship at a health center that showed me that social work wasn't for me. I loved the internship. I learned so much, but it gave me so much anxiety, and I was just really frustrated with getting the runaround from so many systems. And so after I graduated with my bachelor's in social work, I had another time of reflection where I needed to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And I fell upon the field of child life. And child life, in short, they are the people that make the stay at children's hospitals for the children a little less traumatic. They are mental health advocates for those children. They teach them about the procedures they're going to get. They're amazing, and I wish I could do it. I am just not cut out for the medical field. I've tried twice, it's just not for me. I realized after volunteering in hospitals that I'm not a huge fan of being at a hospital. I have a lot of negative memories associated with being at hospitals, and it just wasn't for me, and I couldn't do it. And so again, here I was in a situation where I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. At this point, I was 23 years old. I had a bachelor's degree that I wasn't using, and I worked at a daycare that I still work at. And I love my job, but I need to make more money. And so I started looking into getting my master's in teaching and going back and being a teacher. And I realized that because my undergrad degree was not a teachable major, I was not going to be able to do that in my state. And so I started looking at other grad programs for programs in education. I wanted to work in education. I wanted to work with kids. That's every single one of the careers that I had chosen, it was to be able to work with children. And so I finally fell upon school counseling. And a lot of people ask me why I didn't go into school social work, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But I really wanted to deal with the mental health and really interacting with students and not just doing IEPs and things like that, which I know that's not all social workers do, but again, I'll get into that later. So as soon as I found school counseling, it was one of those things where it clicked and I was like, this is for me. And every experience that I have had since finding school counseling has been one of those this is the right fit for me moments. And I don't think I've ever been more passionate or more excited about doing something in my entire life. And I cannot wait to start my internship in the fall. I know that it's going to be hard because it's not in a district that I was hoping to be in, and it's not in a grade level I was hoping to be in, but I know that this is what I meant to do, and I'm going to learn so much in my internship, and I'm so excited to continue to learn and grow as a school counselor. Realize I never really talked about like the grad school process of that. So once I found school counseling, I applied to Green Valley's master's program, and I got accepted, and it's a 2-year I mean, you can take as long as you want, but if you go full-time, it's a 2-year program. And the first year is mostly just, it's classes. You're learning, we have a practicum for every counseling class. We have a lot of educational foundation classes. And then your second year is your internship and your thesis or your project, which I'm coming up on my second year. So I'm really excited, as I said, for this coming year. I know things are going to be different. There's the possibility of things having to be hybrid for my internship or all online, or I have no idea what that looks like. The counselor I'm going to be working under does not either. Our district has not made plans yet, so they announced those in a couple of weeks. So once we find that out, I'll know more about that. But I love my program. I love my professors. I love my cohort. I'm super excited about what's to come. So school counselors wear a wide variety of hats, but I'm going to focus on 3 main things today: academic achievement, social emotional learning, and career development. So when I say career development, I mean anywhere from teaching kindergartners about what a career is and what different careers there are. And obviously teaching that to a kindergartner is a lot different than teaching that to a high schooler, but you continue to do that. You expose them to different careers. We teach children why it's important to have a career path and to have goals, and long-term goals and short-term goals and all these things. And career development also means helping a student apply for college or help them figure out their post-grad plans, and which college is not for everybody. So that's a big blanket statement on what career development is. It's a lot more than that. I'm taking a full class on it right now, but that's a shortened version of where we focus on career development. When it comes to social emotional learning, I could go on about social emotional learning for days. I think that this is where it's most important right now, living through this pandemic. But social emotional learning is anywhere teaching coping skills, teaching about different emotions and what they are, and so that they know what they're feeling. Helping kids or children and students through a traumatic time in their life. Those are just a couple of the examples that come to my head. But social emotional learning is so important, and I think that it needs to be highlighted more. I think fostering that sense of community and welcomeness and or welcoming will help students feel safe at school. And to me, that's the most important thing. And I think if students feel safe at school and their needs are being met, then they will do well academically. And I think that's all we can ask for. I'm going to show you a quick clip of Pug. Thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any ideas for future videos, or if you have questions that you want me to talk about, feel free to comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more fun videos that are coming. I have a couple fun ones planned. And then, yeah, just thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. Bye guys, see you next time.